So what I have learned tonight is that there are two very different types of people that come to Magic Mike. There's the people that know Channing Tatum from Step Up and want to see modern dance with a little ballet and shit. And then there are the people who come for lucrative weenie wagon and cheap sex. You can probably guess which side I'm on here. But if you can't figure it out, I am very disappointed at the amount of pants wearing. That being said, that is exactly how I will be rating Magic Mike's Last Dance tonight. And I do hold a little bit of a bias because nothing in these movies will be sexier than the guy using the swing set to Nine Inch Nails. I think it was Nine Inch Nails. It's been a minute. Anyway, let's get into this. So, what is Magic Mike's Last Dance? Well, this is the third and final film of the Magic Mike series, which is about a male stripper. But specifically, so Mike used to be a stripper, but now he's a bartender because he had a furniture business, but then it went out of business because of the pandemic. But he was bartending at this rich lady's party, and then she found out that he used to be a stripper and she wanted to dance, and she's like, "How much would it be for a dance?" And he told her $60,000. I don't know who needs to hear this, but there is not an Oscar Mayer Wiener or a Ballpark National that's worth $60,000. And then he's like, "Well, I'll do it for $6,000." And she's like, "Bet." And I reiterate, there's not a single one worth $6,000. He does a very sexy dance, and I will admit that one is very sexy. And then they do it. And then she's like, "Come to London with me. I have a job for you, but I'm not going to tell you what it is." And he's like, "Why the fuck would I do that?" And she's like, "I'll pay you the $60,000. And he's like, "Okay." So they go to London, right? And it turns out she's married, but she's separated. And her husband was like a really rich dude, like old money rich, and his family owns some sort of live theater. Well, at the live theater, they're putting on this production of some sort of Victorian play, which apparently is doing really well because they tend to sell out every night. But even though they sell out every night, she decided it's not good enough. And this play can only be empowering to women by turning it into an all male revue. And so they decide to do some renovations on this hella old theater so that she can live her dream of an all male revue on a play that was doing well because she had a dream. But apparently she has a lot of dreams. They more or less call her a flake. And then, like 2/3 of the way through, she basically gives up, and then it's up to Magic Mike and her daughter to kind of like pull everything together. So they had to clean up her mess, basically. And mind you, again, they spent a whole lot of money on all these renovations, and the show only went on for one night. And like, okay, the choreography is really nice, but I wouldn't necessarily call it a male review. It's just a lot of modern dance and break dancing. There's like some grinding. There's like one or two dances that are generally pretty sexy. But this feels a little more like cabaret than it does stripping. I wouldn't even call it burlesque. And then to win her back, Magic Mike does this really hot, like, interpretive dance in the rain, and it just mimics sex. But I would like to point something out. Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia did this like way before Magic Mike's Last Dance. I mean, for different reasons, it had different meanings, but it's kind of the same. They're both dancing with a lady very sensually, like with the rain. I also found it really weird that they have the lady's daughter narrating. Like, she's not old enough to watch the review. They made her go out for Pony, but she's narrating. 4 out of 10. Riding my pony, jump saddles, waiting, coming, jump on it.